Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Alright, so today is another just random video game haul. I was kind of in the mood to go hunting around for some retro video games. One of the stores near me, Retro Dimension in Arlington Heights, Illinois, last night on their Facebook page posted in some new used games they got from other customers, like in trade-ins and whatnot. And there were a couple of games there that caught my eye, and I'm like, I need to go run to the store first thing in the morning and grab them. And we're going to take a look at those games. But to begin with, we're going to start with this. While I was at the shop, I grabbed Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins. Iconic side-scrolling action platformer, ever since the NES days. And the Super Nintendo game, I remember the first time firing it up, how magical it was. It was everything cool about the original NES game, but everything was amped up because, 16-bit graphics and better sound, faster processors, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this was a game that delivered, and I just had to add this back to my collection. The funny thing is, I was actually hunting this game down 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I found a seller on eBay, and they had a copy of it. They said it was tested and working, and the price was very reasonable. I bought it, and it came to I got in the mail this morning, and then when I fired it up, the game was broken. There was something rattling around on the inside of the cartridge, and then I cracked open the cartridge, and I came to the realization that the cartridge was actually opened up before. Half of the motherboard on the inside was missing, so clearly it was tampered with, and the original board was taken out. So, I just left a bad review for that eBay seller because, they advertised it as tested and working, and clearly it wasn't. It was tampered with, and I don't know, that left a bad taste in my mouth. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to grab this game if they have it at the shop. And they did. So very, very stoked to re-add this to the family of video games. All right, so one of the games that the store posted on Facebook last night that I had to have was Battletoads and Double Dragon. So this is a cool collab. It's not a collab, it's more of a crossover. Trade West, who was publishing both of these games back in the 90s, they had the fun idea of crossing over the Battletoads, which are kind of like the TMNT ripoffs, but, in the world of video games, they rock. And then there's also the Double Dragon. Once again, legendary side-scrolling beat-em-up characters. And when you put them in the same game, magic happens, and I had to add this to my collection. This one was a little bit on the pricier end. It was $34. Ghouls and Ghosts was $30. So yeah, this was a little bit pricier than usual for my video game hunts, but I couldn't pass up on this one. Especially buying it online, you're paying extra for shipping and whatnot. And the nice thing is, the shop, I have complete faith in the store. They test all their games, so I'm not buying this blindly. And lastly, the one game I really wanted that they posted last night on their Facebook was Marvel Superheroes in War of the Gems. So in the 90s, there was the Infinity Saga going on, the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet. This was prior to the MCU that, everyone's gaga over nowadays. But yeah, back in the day, Capcom, coming off the heels of their very popular side-scrolling X-Men game, they did War of the Gems. And this was a game that I've always wanted, never had, and stoked to add this to my collection. This was a pricier game. This one came in at $60. Much, much more expensive on the secondary market if it's complete in box. But, I just want the experience of actually having the cart and playing it. I'm not too concerned about having the full kit and caboodle with the instructions in the box. But very, very cool game. If you've never played it or you've never seen it, look it up on YouTube. Much like Capcom's X-Men game, it's a fun-looking side-scroller, and yeah, very stoked. So today is a very good day for me. I grabbed a couple of beat-em-ups, side-scrolling games, and yeah, I'm still on this 16-bit collection kick right now. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.